everyone, what's up? This is Simon from DevDectic and the Ionic Academy. In this video I will show you how to build a full navigation which combines the side menu pattern with a tab bar, because this was requested a lot and it is not super simple, so we got to take care of a few things there, but let's go, because we got a lot to do. So as you can see, I started a blank new Ionic app, and afterwards we have to create some pages. So we need to create a page for, let's say we have a simple login where a user can log in with their data, and then they will take them to the actual side menu and tab bar combined interface, which will be some kind of the members area. After the login, we need the menu page, which will contain the menu and also keep a reference to the content which will be displayed. Then we got the tabs interface, so this will hold the different tabs we got. And then we need the actual tab pages, so for simplicity I will just call them or tab 1 and tab 2. And I will also add a third page, so tab 1, tab 2, and third page will be a special page. So we will also see how we can display a page without the tab bar. So we will cover almost everything here. Let's go ahead, and I will remove this home folder because the home folder in the blank template doesn't come with this module file. And we want to use lazy loading, so let's start clean. I think we can close this, and this now becomes the login page, and we don't need the home page anymore. Also, we need to remove the home page reference here if we delete it. If you keep it, just stick to it. So the login page will be super simple. We will not take care of a lot of design in this example because it's about the structure. So we simply put an Ion button inside our login page, which will on click call do login function. Of course, you can plug in your login logic here, and inside this logic login TS we put our do login function, which will call simply this dot navcontroller dot setroot, because after the login we don't want to keep a back button to the login. We just want to be on the menu page after the login. Let's see, and the first thing we see, we got the login with the login button and we're on the menu page, but the menu page actually isn't a real menu by now. So we continue with this. Sorry if this is a bit fast. Let me know below the video, of course, if you have problems to follow or if there's anything not clear to you. So we got our Ion menu. Content will be the content, and and inside our Ion menu we first of all put this stuff, just a menu header, and then the content, we don't need padding here, will be an Ion list of some menu buttons. Let's go to the controller in a second. And below the Ion menu we need to define what will be inside the actual area, so not the menu on the left side, or if you want it on the right side, but what is the content that is actually displayed on screen in the center. So we need to set a root page. This is now the content. As Ionic says, you should say swipe back enabled to false if you're using the side menu pattern, because it just works better this way and makes sense. So inside our menu TS, I will craft a little interface. So the idea for this interface comes from the Ionic conference app. But inside the conference app, there are a few more things that we actually don't really need here. So I tried to make this a bit more easy for you. So this interface will define some variables like a title of the page, a page name, the tab component, an index. You will see what all of this means in a second. Icon should be pretty clear. Let's go here. So first of all, we should set the root page to something, because otherwise in the beginning it would be empty. And the root page will be our tabs page, which is the base for holding the reference to our tabs later on. Then we need something else. We use addViewChild, which is of the type nav. So we need to import nav and viewChild up here, because we need to grab a reference to the root navigation, and we can do this using this addViewChild annotation. And this gives us the nav controller we need to change some pages and for some interaction. So now we craft the array of our actual pages, an array, and now we use the properties we have defined up there. So the first one is title tab 1. This will be displayed. Then we got the page name. This is more or less the root page for this page, which we will be displaying. So this is the tabs page again. Now the tab component is what actual content should be displayed. So tab component in this case is tab 1 page, which is this one. And then we got index and icon. Perhaps the index will be 0 and the icon, let's say home. So the index will be the index of the tab bar. So if you got 3 tabs, the first is index 0, the second is index 1. So our tab page has the index 0 in this case. Now we need 2 more of these. So the second one will be tabs 2. The page, the base root will be again tabs page. Now this is tab 2, which is the content. The index will be 1, perhaps, I don't know, contacts. And finally, as we said, we wanted to have this special page. So this page is just the special page, and the tab component is not needed because we don't need to display it inside a tab. And the index is also not needed here. We will see how to work with this also in a second. Now let's finish this up with our menu view. Now we got our list of pages, so we can craft a list with ng4. So button ion item. We use menu close here, so whenever we press a button inside the menu will be automatically closed. ng4 let p of pages, and on click we will call something to open our page p. Inside the button we can define our icon if we want to. So all of this page interface array is just to make it a bit more flexible. Of course you could define all buttons alone, but by doing this you can see how we can do it quite flexible within array. So the name is defined as the icon, and another thing which I took from the conference app is marking the active item inside the side menu, because this is as well quite tricky, and we will build a function isActive to see if the current item is the active selected tab. And finally we got the title inside the array. Let's see. Okay, I think of course we're still not having the menu active, because this comes for a reason. What was it again? Is active. So currently we're just defining that the tabs page is the root page and the tabs page is still this blank one. So perhaps let's see. Yeah, maybe before we implement these two functions, we could do something else. So both functions here will get this, and we will implement them in a second, because this is, I think, the hardest part right here. For now, let's continue to our tabs template, which will define our Ion tabs. And we can set the selected index, and this will be my index. And inside we craft the Ion tab root equals tab1 root, tab title. I think we have to define it on our own here, but I think that should work. Tab icon is also equal to home. And the second one, which is tab2 root and tab2. Now go to your tabs.ts, because we need to define the roots, and also we want to be able to set the my index on this page. So we need tab1 root, which is the tab1 page, and same again for the second one. So by now our app will start to come to life now. This will be a number. Okay, let's see. Come on. Okay, as you can see, we now got the two tabs. So by now we're going from login to this interface. The menu is there, but we're not seeing it by now. But our tab navigation is actually already working. Now actually the tricky part begins. But let's see if we can change these for now. So this is my tab1 content, and inside the header we add Ion buttons, perhaps to the start, as our menu is currently on the left side. So button, Ion button, menu, toggle. So this button allows us to simply toggle the menu, and icon name is menu as well. Now we can put this into the 3 pages we actually display. So tab2, let's remove this, tab2, and this is my tab2 content. And finally the special page, special, this is my special page. Okay, let's see. Okay, we log in, and for some reasons I currently have to make a reload sometimes, because let's see, Ion buttons. Oh, I did not copy this. Sorry. Did I miss it on tab 2 as well? Yes, of course. But this should work. And tab 1. Okay. Start here and start here. So let's see. Okay. For some reason, I don't know what's wrong with my reload. Ion navbar, Ion header, Ion. Oh, I actually need to put this here, and now we are fine, hopefully. So, come on, tab 1, please be reloaded. Come on, this can't be true. Why is my tab 2 working but not tab 1? It's ridiculous. I'm not sure what's wrong with my live reload. Perhaps I just need to, well, yes. I will start the live reload again. I'm not sure what's wrong here. But as you can see, I already, of course, now it's reloading. I already got the menu toggle up here. So we now just need to make sure that this menu toggle is actually working. But before we do this, we can take a look at our tabs bar. Let's see. Yes, thank you. So tab 1, tab 2, menu, the menu with the 3 items, but of course it will only close the menu but not open anything. So if we press tab 1, we want to display tab 1 and mark tab 1 active. If we select tab 2, we want to mark this active and go to tab 2. And if we go to the special page, we don't want to have this at all. But let's start with the first 2 cases. So in these cases, we will pass the selected index to our tabs page. So this means inside our constructor here, we can set my index to navparams.data.tabIndex. So we will pass it as tab index, or otherwise it will be 0. We're not yet passing this data through this page, but we will do it in a second. So I think now we're done with all of this and we can focus on our menu functions because the rest is more or less working. Now we just need to make sure that once we press this item or any of these items, the right action happens. So let's continue with our open page function. First of all, we define an empty params object, and if our page has an index set, which is for the first 2, we will set the params to tab index page index. So this is exactly the reason why, where is it? Yes, here, why we can access the tab index of the nav params here. Because we will pass this page index through from page dot, come on, index. Okay. Now we get actually into the specific details. So we use our nav, which is the injected view child, and call getActiveChildNav. So if this active child nav is set, and if our page index is also set, we can try to select the active page. So by getting the child nav, we actually get the tabs navigation. So this is also a navigation element. So this means we can use the tabs navigation and call select page.index. Okay, so this means, I don't know if it's already working by now, but this means if the tabs navigation is currently active and we click this, we want to select the tab with the index 1. So you can see we press tab 1 and the first tab is activated. We can switch between them, of course, and it works completely fine already by now. But this is not all. In case the active child nav is not there, we use something else, because in that case it means there's no tab navigation, so we cannot select any page. So as a fallback, we say set root in that case to page.pagename, which is for those 2 pages the tabs page, and for this page it will be the special page. And we will also in that case pass the params through. So this is exactly why we added this statement. So we can set the root to the tabs navigation and we pass the active index through. Now it's not really needed, but once we add this special page, this fallback is definitely needed. I think that should work already. Also, for our third page, we have no index defined, so we will always come to the else block. And in that case, we will set the root to the special page. Let's see if this works. So tab 1, tab 2 is still working. And if I go to my special page, we see that the special page is not inside the tabs. It's a complete standalone page, but it's still reachable here. And if we now go back to tab 2, we can also see that the Ion View load is called, I think. Okay, I have removed the Ion View load from the tabs, but anyway, in that case, the root will be again set to the tabs page and the index will be selected and so on. So by now our navigation is already completely working. We can go from login to our inside area where we got the side menu, the tabs are active, we can change the tabs, we can change to pages, we can do almost anything we want. But finally, we also want to mark the active menu item, and it should display which tab is active or if we're on the special page. So therefore we implement the isActive function. First of all, we grab again our child nav. So this .nav.getActive child nav. Now if we get the child nav, we can do some stuff. We will first of all check if the child nav get selected. So this gives us the selected index, and and if the child nav dot get selected not root, so the root component of the selected is equal to what our tab component is. So you know the tab component is either tabs 1 or tabs 2 page. So in case these are the same, we go ahead and return primary as a class. So this will mark it blue. Otherwise we will just return and don't add any color. So this is our case for the tabs. Let's see it in action. So we see tab 2 is active. We select tab 1 is active, tab 1 is active. We change to tab 2 is active. But it's not working for our special navigation, and this is the problem here. Okay, and therefore we need a little fallback here. So if this .nav.getActive is actually set, so we actually have some sort of navigation, and this nav.getActive .name is equal to our page name, then we also return primary. And the page name is again this one. So for the special page, the active page of our nav, the name will be the special page, and therefore it should be marked in that case. So we go to special, and you can see special is selected. Okay, I think we got it. It was quite fast. So let's have a short recap. We created all the pages. We're starting with a simple login. From the login, we set the root page to the menu page. The menu page holds our Ion menu and defines which content should be displayed as the root page. Here we got our interface and the different elements here. And the important part are these open page and this active function, which help us to mark the active element. And otherwise for open page, also select the correct tab on our tab bar, or completely reset our root page to another page. The other pages are more or less stupid pages besides the tabs, which is the base interface for our tab bar, which needs to grab the tab index so we can dynamically mark our active tab from here. Okay, I hope this video gives you a good overview of how you can achieve this full navigation with Ionic side menu and tabs. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel or check out the Ionic Academy for more great Ionic content and the community and project and courses and everything you need to develop great Ionic apps. I hope to see you inside the next video, so take care and have a great day.